They shouldn't be ostracizing you. Acceptance is supposed to be their whole thing. She set a fistful of napkins down on a nearby table and turned around to face the room. Let me just have a word with a few of these nice ladies. Whoa! I grabbed her elbow as she stepped forward, steering her back to me with her own momentum. Leave it, Lily. Yelling at them isn't going to get me anywhere. But they're treating you like a leper because of your frickin' blood, she protested, getting worked up. This is such archaic bullshit, not to mention total hypocrisy. Maybe, I interrupted her, keeping my own voice low. But the last time these people saw me, I was drunk on magic and about to flick your mother into the next county. Give them some time. Lily's face softened a little, and I pressed my advantage. Time in which I appear to be calm, normal, and harmless. Not like a kid throwing a tantrum because she can't make friends. She held up her hands. Okay, I'll play nice. Thank you. I took a deep breath. Listen, is something else going on tonight? What do you mean? There's a weird vibe here. At first I thought it was just, me. But everyone seems really antsy. Lily frowned and looked around, her gaze taking in the tight body language of the guests. Then she squeezed her eyes shut, a look of fierce concentration on her face. When she opened them again, she surveyed the crowd critically, and I knew she had tuned in to the magical spectrum to check their auras. I couldn't do that, nor could I access most of the other magic available to these witches. I could tune into a magical spectrum of my own, but it was pretty much limited to seeing life essences, the spirits or souls that inhabited living creatures. You're right, she murmured. Their auras are weird. Like they're churning or something. Well, not yours, of course. Lily, said a steely voice behind us. I turned and saw Hazel Peller approaching. She was a Caucasian woman in her mid-50s, dressed in simple black slacks and a bronze-colored sweater that set off the silver in her long braid. She looked stern, but to be fair, I don't think I'd ever seen Hazel when she didn't look stern. Where are those napkins? That wine spill is starting to set. Mom, are you seeing these auras? Lily asked. They're all shifty tonight. I watched Hazel's reaction carefully. I knew from experience that unlike most witches, Hazel Peller couldn't turn off her view of the magical plane. She saw auras all the time, which was why she'd thrown me into the side of my own car the first time we met. Boundary witches have very telling black auras, a fact I'd learned when I regained consciousness. It's been happening for days, on and off, Hazel said briskly. I'm sure it's just the Sabbath on everyone's mind. Napkins, please. Lily hesitated, looking like she wanted to argue, but after a moment she just shrugged, shot me an apologetic look, and hurried toward the living room with the napkins in hand. Hazel turned to face me, and I tried not to squirm. I did not like having Hazel Peller's full attention. How has it been going? She asked, her voice brisk and businesslike, just to make sure I knew this wasn't actual small talk. Is your niece okay? The tattoos are working? I nodded, automatically reaching down to rub my forearm under my sweater. The tattoos are working. Lily's going to start teaching me about channeling now that Simon's doing a little better, I said. And Charlie is fine. My brother-in-law had her checked out just to be safe, but the doctor said her health is perfect. Hazel nodded and turned to face the room. The witches nearest us were talking in low, frightened tones, their arms wrapped around themselves. What's really going on with them? I said quietly. It's not just the holiday or me being here, is it? No, I don't think so, Hazel admitted. Word has spread that you're working for the vampires now. Her voice hardened with distaste, and no one's happy about it. But they were like this before you arrived tonight. I opened my mouth, but she added tiredly, I don't know what it is, Lex. I really don't. Whoa. Hazel Peller was admitting she didn't know what was happening? I actually considered